Hello everybody, Happy New Year. This has been a while since we've actually done a Marketing Mensch episode, so it's really nice to be back. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. So now it's time to put our marketing hats back on and get back in the ring, and let's start creating good things for your business. Okay, so today what we're going to do is we are going to be working on talking about AI and how we can use this effectively. But before we move on, of course, I want to ask you, please subscribe, please tell your friends about us, please share our stuff with people that you think would find this stuff very interesting. It's always going to be free to you guys, I promise. But I just want you guys to have this stuff at your fingertips. Whenever you want it, it's here. So subscribe, and then I'll notify you when there's a new video coming out. So we'll just give you a friendly shoulder tap. We're not obnoxious, we're not trying to annoy you. We just want to let you know, hey, new video came out, so check this out. So now, like I said, we're going to be talking about how to use AI effectively and efficiently. That's something that AI can certainly give us, is an efficient way to run our business and effectively. We're going to go into that. But of course, now I'm going to do two parts. So at any time you have any questions, I want you to write them down. And then feel free to email me at Darren, D-A-R-R-E-N, at U, the letter U, net, as in network, design.com. So Darren at unetdesign.com. You can send your questions. You can even send your questions about the project that you may be working on. But what I want you to feel is that you've got someone that you can turn to, and you can ask, is this right? Does this sound right to you? Or am I doing it the right way? And I'd love to have the questions. I love questions. So don't hesitate. Write down your questions, whether it's about this stuff or it's about something that you have going on with yourself. I want you to communicate with me, okay? All right, let's move on. What we're going to do is we're going to be discussing how we can use AI to analyze things, to help us learn more about what's out there, and maybe how we're going to plan our marketing strategies around that by the analysis that we are able to create from AI. Also, we can automate a lot of things that probably are time consuming to you or to your staff. So that's another thing that AI can do. We're going to talk about that. How it can enhance things. That's right. Even like your emails that you're sending or letters that you're drafting. It's amazing what you could do with AI. But I'm going to get into this. Now, I'm not just saying, AI, there's your solution. We're going to be talking about how we can use this effectively and efficiently without you getting dinged by browsers by saying, all your content is AI generated. Well, that's bad. So we're going to be talking about how we can use AI without you getting penalized. So definitely we can use AI to improve things. So it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And certainly AI is transforming the way that we are doing marketing. Absolutely, for sure. When we used to do marketing, we would have these trends. We'd have to see for ourselves. Like, when are their buying habits? What are their behaviors? What's their intellect? What kind of promotions have worked in the past? It would only be what we knew about our own business, right? Now with AI, we can really find this stuff out in a matter of moments. We could find out trends, what kind of marketing platforms work within your marketing group. Hopefully, remember, you have a primary and secondary market. Again, if it sounds foreign, go back to what's in your marketing toolbox, where I help you define what that audience and what that brand needs to be so you resonate with that market. A lot of good things to consider in that segment. So refer to it if you haven't already. But anyway, it basically can take away the guesswork that we have, and it can give us valuable information about your customers, about the trends in your industry, and so on. So definitely, it's something that I was not really a believer of AI. I then went through the Google AI certification program, and I'm a believer now. So I think that as long as you can use this responsibly, then you're going to be fine with using AI and you're going to love what this thing can do. But I walked away from that thinking, wow, it is okay to use AI and you're not going to get punished for using AI. It all depends on how you use it. So we're going to be talking more about that. But it's great to use AI because there's a lot of repetitive tasks. Like I said, emails, or maybe there's data entry or things like that that's really time consuming for us. We can take that away. We can also personalize our campaigns based on what we've learned about our customers. So AI can help us generate a self-sorting database that now we can send out targeted marketing messages to these people that we know. Let's say you were a mortgage broker, first-time home buyer, or maybe they refinanced, or they took a reverse mortgage out, whatever their category is. We can sort it out very quickly and very easily and personalize our marketing campaign so it resonates with these people rather than a spray and pray approach, right? So great stuff. Like I mentioned, it will also predict customer behavior with amazing speed and accuracy, okay? We're going to talk about accuracy when I get into biases and unbiases when you're using AI. So that does play into the accuracy. And then also consider this, instead of a replacement for human creativity, AI is more of a strategic co-pilot, okay? That's how I want you to look at using AI. It is not going to replace that content writer. It's not going to replace that social media manager. It's going to help you build more effective marketing campaigns for yourself. So you don't get rid of the human element with AI. If it's done correctly, you still have the human at the wheel driving this thing. Okay, so you don't get away from that, and thank goodness, right? So that's that. So let's get started. Feel free to take notes. You can take screenshots, whatever you want to do. But I just want you to certainly write down this stuff. Remember this, and always you can come back and you can see this again and again. You can write questions and send them to me, whatever you want to do. I love it. I just want to know that you're tuned into this information and you're really understanding it, because it's going to excite you. It really is. Once you start using this, it's going to really be an exciting thing for you to use. Now, I thought what I would do is I'm going to take a particular business. And in this example, I'm going to use a gymnasium. So what can we do with a gymnasium, and how can we implement AI to run our gym, right? So first thing is, AI is great for customer or consumer intel. So we can learn a lot about large volumes of data a lot faster and more accurately than we were ever able to do, giving us deeper insights into audiences. And that helps us predict the future with actions and behaviors of our consumers. Why is that great? Well, that takes out the guesswork, doesn't it? It gives us more clarity on what is more factual than what we thought earlier, which was like, my gut's telling me that I think we should be waiting until September. Well, how do we know that? Well, because your gut? Well, you don't want to do that. You want to definitely have factual evidence showing you that, hey, the people are more inclined to use your product or service during this time, and these are the promotions that tend to work. These are the platforms that work great for your particular audience. We can find out all of this stuff and make really educated decisions about where we're going with your marketing. Beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So we've got predictive analytics. We can forecast sales. We can predict customer habits and anticipate purchasing patterns by analyzing historical data and marketing trends. But wait a second, Darren, I'm new. Oh, that's fine. We still have the data out there about your industry, about your particular service. Perhaps we can use that intel first and during your first year to gauge when we want to be really launching things or maintaining things, keeping you out there, but not really doing a strong push until we know that it's the right time for you. So wonderful, wonderful tool to quickly and easily do that. You can move beyond broad demographics by using AI algorithms to group customers based on real-time behavior, purchase history, all that good stuff. Remember I was saying that you can do a self-sorting database very quickly, very easily, and it will separate, it will sort the kinds of customers that used your product or service. How did they do it? And then you can market to them with something that's going to resonate with them, right? So it's wonderful. And you know, in this day and age, with the way that people want their information quickly and they want to know that you're speaking to them, it's very dangerous now to do spray and pray marketing. So in other words, let's go back to that mortgage broker. If you're sending someone who did a refi, first-time home buyer programs, you're going to lose that person, because now the stuff that you're sending that refinance guy, this doesn't resonate with him. You're wasting his time. You're wasting the credibility. You're jeopardizing your credibility with that particular consumer, because what you're sending him is just, it's a nuisance, right? Because it doesn't pertain to what he used you for in order to do his refinance, right? So you really want to think about self-sorting databases for this reason, because we want to reach them on the level that they came to us with, and we want to expand. We want to make them graduate into more products or services that we offer, right? Okay. We don't do that by spraying and praying. Okay, the trend analysis, identifying emerging market trends. I do this all the time with my clients. I want to know ahead of time what's going on. So I'll use AI. I can be very specific. I can say, for example, let's say an academic coach. Where are the areas in Southern California that tend to employ the services of an academic coach, right, for their kids who are trying to be getting into college? So we can find that out very quickly and easily. Did that for a client, and it's wonderful. This stuff really works, but what makes it work are the inputs that you give it, right? So your inputs are very valuable to writing effective, credible content. So we're going to get more into that. Okay. All right. So for customer service, and I'm still like in that gymnasium mode, right? So for my gymnasium, I can have my employees doing other things, and I can have AI handle certain tasks that would otherwise disrupt, the flow, the workflow of my employees during the day, right? So I can actually increase the workflow and productivity by, let's say, and again, we're using my gym as well. I don't have a gym, but my example. 24/7 member support, so we could use chatbots and voice assistants to provide instant responses to common questions about gym hours, class schedules, membership options, the things that would slow down people, and it's just repetitious stuff, right? Well, we can have AI take care of that stuff, even outside of business hours. We can do seamless check-ins through facial recognition or QR codes. We can allow members to enter and check in without the staff intervening with the experience, right? They could just go right in. AI would allow us to then take that person who was working that front desk, checking people in. Now we could have them do something more productive for the business, right? Also, automated bookings. So we can manage and confirm classes and personal training sessions. Bookings, we can automatically place members on a waiting list if the class is full. These are all things that can automatically be done through artificial intelligence, which is wonderful. Okay, so I want you to start thinking like, I'm using a gym as an example, but how can AI be used with your business? How can we make things more productive for you using AI? So think about that, okay? All right, well, not right now because we're still talking, so I need your attention on this. All right, AI to automate and optimize marketing campaigns. All right, now we're talking. Now, AI can automate the repetitive and time-consuming marketing tasks. So, for example, Personalization at scale, meaning deliver tailored experiences to individual users across all touch points, including personalized training recommendations that's tailored to them. So it's wonderful. You can really customize your messages to your clients, and in this case, creating personalized training, personalized dietary plans, so on, and this could all be automated. Automated campaign management. You could use AI to optimize ad content strategies and placement. And then what would be your return on investment when you did, let's say you invested the first time, what was your return? We should be able to track that, right? So if you are brand new and you don't have anything to really gauge off of, then we'll look at the industry itself. And we'll gauge that when the best time to get memberships, for example. When are the best times in Southern California? We want to be very specific, right? So inputs, very specific, okay? And then smart email marketing. I love using AI for my email, whether it's to write catchy subject lines or to draft a quick email that would probably take me 10 minutes, because I'm thinking, well, how do I want to do this? I want to do this with warmth, but professionalism and so on. And by the time I'm done, I already blew like 20 minutes thinking about this. I can have this written just by putting in my inputs and the content that I want included, right, into my email, and voila, within 3 seconds, I've got my email and I've got options to see like which one is really matching the tone that I want. It's wonderful. It is so beautiful if you haven't used this yet. So again, just a huge time saver. It could optimize your business. As far as the administrative stuff, let's talk about recap. It's data entry, customer response emails. These are the things that really are taking a lot of time away from businesses, and having their office support dealing with these kinds of tasks that just absorb so much time during the day. We can eliminate that by using AI. We can categorize databases by customer type. We were talking about that. Employee scheduling. You can do this in a matter of moments. It's amazing. Daily, weekly, monthly financial reports, as well as accounting, HR, and customer support departments. As far as marketing is concerned, search engine friendly content creation. Yes, you really can create search engine friendly content by using AI. But again, you have to make sure that you are putting in these inputs that are going to make your content credible. It's got to exercise experience, expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. Okay? Those 4 things, EEAT. If you checked out my first AI guidelines, I go into what EEAT is, but that is the standard. When you are creating content, you want it to demonstrate expertise, that you have expertise in this field that you're talking about. Your content is trustworthy. How do we make it trustworthy? Well, we don't let AI just generate the whole thing for us, right? So we have these unique inputs that would bring credibility to your content. So even though AI can really simplify our process of writing content, you still need to follow the search engine optimization formula. Now, if you haven't checked it out yet, then I want you to check out my video, How to Write Effective Web Content, or How to Write Effective Content for the Web. It's under my playlists. You'll see it. Talks about the formula, everything that you need to know. But that formula is very important to you, because that is what you are going to be inputting in addition to the information that you want to input into AI. So you got to tell it the formula, because when your content is playing by the search engine rules, your content is going to be picked up, well regarded, easy to index by search engine bots. So that's a good thing, okay? So search engine friendly content, valuable intel to learn customer purchase and habits. We talked about that. create comprehensive social media and marketing campaigns? Absolutely. There's wonderful things that you could do to bridge your social media and other marketing marketing campaigns over to your website. I mean, it's so exciting now with this stuff. You can analyze performance. Like I said, we're not guessing in the dark. You know, it took us a long time to figure out if something was working, and now we can kind of get a good idea. If we were to start the campaign here, kind of outside when the prime area was, what's going to be our return on investment? We can kind of see it already, right? It's wonderful. Track and analyze marketing performance. Yeah, you should. Absolutely. With the AI, use AI to do that. Also use your site analytics as well. Any analytics that you have that can help you make an educated decision is very important. So, you know, people that you're buying services from, they're always going to tell you that their product is working great for you. But if you know how to track it, you are going to be able to know, you know, factually, is this really working for me? Is this really where I need to put my money and my time, my energy? These kind of things are going to tell you real quickly, right? So personalized email campaigns, I love that. I use that all the time. Go beyond. Now, that doesn't mean that if you email me that it's going to be an AI response. I promise you, it's from the heart, it's from the brain. I got you. I will not use AI. I'm just going to give you the answer to your question. Okay. Anyway, go beyond just using a name in the subject line by using AI to send personalized emails to specific customers. So again, wonderful tool to really quickly get out what you want to say to customers. All right, let's move on. The human touch. Okay, you remember I was telling you about inputs, and this is where AI is fantastic, but guess what? It needs the human, right? It needs the human to drive the bus. And we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be going into it. So just remember, your input matters. What you're telling AI is critical, okay? So what are inputs? The inputs are data and instructions used to train or operate an artificial intelligence system. This allows marketers to automate repetitive tasks. So now there's I'm going to go into there's a difference between inputs, and there's other ways that we can use AI. So stay tuned with that. I'm going to go more into it. Do the inputs really matter? They absolutely do. The quality and type of your input directly impacts your content that you're writing with AI. So, if let's say you're writing, about a certain process, okay, web search engine optimization, okay. In order for my content to be credible, I'm going to be talking about those rules of the road. I'm not just going to be on the surface saying, you need it, it's really good to have. I can go into specifics and talk about the formula, and now I'm adding credibility, uniqueness to my content, which of course will be graded higher than those that aren't using such inputs that are unique. So if they're using more AI than they are their inputs, I'm going to be ranking higher than them. So now, what if you're using content 100% no AI? Will you rank better than AI? Not necessarily. That's what I was really surprised about. Not necessarily. You will not. You will not get penalized if you're using AI responsibly. Okay, if you're using it like we're talking about here, it's going to be a great thing for you. So remember though, it needs your input. So by the way, this image I did with AI. So I wanted something, garbage in, garbage out, and of course, I grew up with Sesame Street. So I love this guy, Oscar the Grouch. But anyway, that was generated with 100% AI. Fantastic stuff. I know I gave you a lot to think about in this first half, and I want you to know I'm here to answer any questions that you have. But there's a bunch of information out there on YouTube, and just a wonderful community that can really turn you on to the power of AI. Just like the internet, if you use it responsibly, it is a beautiful tool and it can be very useful to your business. So I want you to think about how you can use AI for your business to make it grow from where it is right now. All right, please email me if you have any questions. Thank you so much for joining me on the Marketing Mensch, and I look forward to part 2 and going over with you the human